In the early 1960s, the Bonanno family went into a civil war called by the media the Banana Split or Bananas War when Joe Bonanno ended up missing. The commission soon lost its patience, thinking that they were being played by Joe Bonanno, and many members in the Bonanno family were growing tired, complaining that boss Joseph Bonanno was never around. Joe Bonanno was spending his time in second home in Tucson, Arizona. Eventually, the commission ruled that Bonanno would no longer be considered the boss of his family and appointed Capo Gaspar Di Gregorio the new boss. Di Gregorio had his own problem with Bonanno, because Bonanno made his son Bill consigliere instead of Di Gregorio, which made Gaspar and other members of the Bonanno family upset, because they felt Di Gregorio deserved that position, and that Bill only got it because he was Bonanno's son. Bonanno family members took sides, splitting into two camps: the Bonanno loyalists led by Bill Bonanno, and the commission-backed faction led by Di Gregorio. Harsh words soon led to skirmishes on the streets and then later on shootouts. The other five families looked down on these public outbursts because it drew unwanted attention to all of the different mafia families and was ultima telly bad for everybody's busy. They wanted it stopped. Di Gregorio called for a sit-down to put together a peace treaty. Both sides agreed to meet at a house in Brooklyn at night. Di Gregorio and his men arrived first, but Di Gregorio's loyalists planned to wipe out the opposition. As soon as Bill Bonanno showed up, Di Gregorio's men opened fire with shotguns and rifles. Bonanno and his men retaliated, shooting into the dark at their unseen assailants. Hundreds of rounds were fired, but no one was hit. Further peace offers from both sides were spurned with the ongoing violence and murders. Joe Bonanno then offered the commission a deal to end the violence. He would give up his claim to the family and retire to Arizona if the commission would accept his son Bill and brother-in-law Frank Labruzzo as boss and underboss. The commission saw right through his offer, knowing that Joe Bonanno would remain in control even if he didn't have the title. They came back with a counteroffer: Bonanno could retire with his life, but the commission would name the next Di Gregorio as boss. The war continued, and the commission grew tired of the affair and replaced Di Gregorio with Paul Siaka. But the fighting carried on regardless. Bonanno's men fought like guerrillas. 3 of Siaka's men were mowed down by machine gun fire inside a Queens restaurant. The fighting escalated, and each side lost 5 more men. The war was finally brought to an end with Joe Bonanno, still in hiding, suffering a heart attack and announcing his permanent retirement in 1968. He went on to live to the age of 97, dying in Tucson, Arizona. In 2002, both factions came together under Siaka's leadership. His replacement was Natal Joe Diamonds Evola as boss of the Bonanno family. Evola's leadership was short-lived. His death from natural causes in 1973. Rusty Rastelli became boss of the Bonanno family.